Why are you so far away? Come closer. No one people will come. We are the 4-5 people. They say, yeah. Say at least if you don't want to come first row, second row, third row at least. These are our people. That's all. If you have come, because you have come, we are having the class. Otherwise, I was thinking, but probably Adrija and me and she. So what's the need of more class? Now today, Linda has come.
I told Linda that we had this class.
Linda has come and she has come. So okay. So oh yeah, that light is broken. That's why somebody has put কি বলে Shiva Durga Ganesha.
Yeah, and what about that baby?
Hmm? Who put it? You put? No.
No, I was doing some work on the table, but nothing to do with Shiva.
You didn't do it, Shiva.
It had to do with these.
It's a cute picture. It's nice. Baby Ganesh. Who's the other baby?
Ganesha and Kartika. See. Okay, so we are back to that idea of glorification of the Kirtana, chanting the name of Lord. So the main idea was that wow, come. Close the door. Yeah, okay. Hey, you were yesterday, day before yesterday? Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I didn't expect that you will be here. So, good, I thought that this class probably will not continue. Because everyone is saturated with God and God consciousness, so no one needs it. But I thought suddenly seeing that I am getting inspired again. Summertime, that maybe. Not Thursday also. Wednesday, more people come because there is another evening. Tuesday, sorry. Today is Thursday.
I haven't seen Ashok.
Ashok probably is not. I will have to call. Yeah. I have to call him. Maybe he's not keeping well, and also, is it driving?
Because Bill's not coming.
Bill is not coming.
Yeah. And he lives nearby to Ashok.
Yeah, now he has moved.
Yeah.
Closer.
Right.
So anyhow, maybe I need to know what purpose. So anyhow, we are talking about devotion bhakti. How God's name is so powerful that you commit so much, whatever bad karma you do, the power of Lord's name is so good that it will wipe out all the sins and misdeeds. So that was we read it last time. And now it is again the same glorification going on from different perspective. So now we'll read that Uddhava, who was the earnest devotee of Krishna, when he left, Krishna left Vrindavan when he was a boy of 12 or 13, left the gopis, the girls, the cowherd girls. It was the child's play, innocent children playing together. And she left and went to Kamsa. And then Kamsa was the cruel king, his uncle. And then killed. Kamsa was sending the best, wrestler, best wrestler of his king, to play with this Krishna, baby Krishna, 12, 13 years boy. Because he's so powerful, so let me try how powerful is my, what do you say?
Nephew.
Nephew is. And then put all main intention to kill.
You want to kill Krishna.
So he, like that, he's one sent, and Krishna ultimately, when he was in the fight, he killed him. Then he said, "Oh, my nephew is so powerful. Let him fight with the state elephant." You see? And then the elephant was going to kill him, and then miracle, he fought with the elephant by his spiritual power. He will have to.
Baby Krishna.
Yeah, no, baby not. He is now 13 years maybe.
Okay.
And he has left Vrindavan. And he was always kept in such condition to kill him. He used to kill him. Krishna Kamsa to be on the idea how Krishna can be killed and destroyed. And I like that, and then he became the king. Killing Krishna, Kamsa, Krishna became the king.
How did he kill Kamsa?
He is God himself. He has a spirit.
No, I mean, but what was the situation?
No, this is the way one after one came, and Kamsa one time wanted to kill, and then in that fight, Krishna conquered. So this was the thing going on. So Uddhava declares that men with true discrimination always engage themselves in the recital of the Lord's excellence. The reference are to be exploits of Sri Krishna. So he said that now he was sent, this Uddhava. Uddhava was very devoted to Krishna. And so now he has become the king of what you call Mathura. And then he never went back to Vrindavan. But he was feeling these girls loved me so much. And they are crying and weeping. Uddhava was a Jnani, was a Vedantist. I am Atman, I am Brahman, all these are not this, not this. That Vedanta. And then Uddhava had a pride also to think that these bhaktas are nothing. They are emotional people and cry and stand and weep and wail. What is that spirituality? Not in Maya, it's all Maya, Brahman, etc. So Uddhava, Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan to go console these simple girls, cowherd girls, so they do not know much. You see, you go and give some counseling. And when he went, as soon as Uddhava's chariot came, Bhagavad describes that seeing from Krishna he is coming, hearing this message, all gave up their work and ran towards Uddhava. And then Uddhava is giving advice. Why you weep? Krishna, do you think Krishna is a man? Krishna is a boy? No, he resides in the heart of all. So you close your eyes and meditate, you will find Krishna in your heart. Why are you weeping and crying and wailing? What type of things are that? So Uddhava was giving Vedantic advice. As God is everywhere, separation is nothing. What separation is the body, it is mind, it's no. As we Vedanta always teach, he was giving some advice, and the response came from the gopis. Gopis said, "Oh Uddhava, you are a great person of knowledge and wisdom. We are ordinary housewives and we are ordinary girls of the village, unsophisticated. We did not go to school or have higher education or anything. But you are talking irrelevant. You said that why are you crying and weeping and this and that? See, God is in your heart, Krishna is in your heart. So close your eyes and meditate and feel. Meditate. You know, to meditate you need your mind. But Uddhava, do you think mind is here? Krishna is a naughty man and he has stolen our mind itself. So how shall I meditate? They understood, my God, what category of devotees are they? They are not ordinary people who are emotionally just moving into the crying and weeping, but knowing fully well that God, Krishna, is the Lord of the universe who resides in the heart of everyone, though. But when he is born, their heart and soul is all gone to Krishna. They don't have any moment to think, even to think something. You need the help of mind. If your mind is gone, how will you think? It's a very high philosophical meaning. Is that Uddhava is declaring here that men, page 190, men with true discrimination always engage themselves in the recital of Lord. This he is advice. He is talking. Life's goal is to think of God, and best way is to recite the name, recital, repetition of the name of the Lord and His glories. What? Today here extra copy. This is the copy, but this is all Sanskrit. You cannot read this.
I think there might be more in the bookstore, but I didn't see it.
But anyhow, listen today. So he says the reference are to the exploits of Sri Krishna. What he's saying, 44th verse, the wives of the king imprisoned by Jarasandha. This is another story. Jarasandha was a bad king. He used to go and conquer one country after another country in the state and kill the king and extend his kingdom and take all these beautiful family members of the king and then imprison them like that. As a torturous person. So the wives of kings imprisoned by Jarasandha, while engaged in their household duties, are singing songs about the forthcoming destruction of their enemy Jarasandha and about the early liberation of their imprisoned husbands, just as the Gopikas are also the holy men and devotees like us who have sought shelter in thee, are singing about your exploits like the saving of the elephant king, rescuing of Sita, and the liberation of thy own parents from the prison of Kangsha. So it is telling so many stories. When the kings were conquered, some were killed, some were brought and imprisoned. As it happens, all the powerful kings, they conquering other kings, small kings, then bring them and imprison. And their wives are also separated, so they are also crying and weeping, and they are praying, oh Lord, please appear, please come and destroy this Kamsa, this demon, what he is doing. So in that context they say that Uddhava says the wives of the kings who are imprisoned by Jarasandha, while engaged in their household duties, saying that they are, because their husbands are gone and the wives are doing their chore duties, they are in anguish and pain. Even they are working, their hand is working, they are engaged in the duties of the, they are singing the songs about the forthcoming destruction of the enemy. They are praying and praying to the Lord to appear and kill this Jarasandha. And about the early liberation. And if the Jarasandha, bad king, is killed, what will happen? These kings who are imprisoned, they will find liberation. So they were one-pointedly praying to Krishna that he appears and kills this Jarasandha. And just as the Gopikas, like the gopis were crying and weeping for the presence of Krishna to come back, And also the holy men, everywhere, a holy person in the whole country of India, Rama, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. The two great personnel in the whole of kept India alive for thousands of years is Krishna and Rama. People do not know anything, but they know the name of Rama. People don't know anything, they know the name of Krishna. So the general people, they are also praising the name of Krishna, holy men and devotees like us who have sought shelter. That means those who are really seeking shelter at the feet of the Lord. So not only here the 3 points they have said. The Jarasandha was the bad king. He captivated the kings, all the kings in the imprisonment. So for their wives, those who are engaged in their normal activities maybe, but their mind is always praying for the destruction of Jarasandha. By how? By the appearance of God in the human form to destroy the evil. And as similarly, the gopis were crying and weeping for Krishna. Its emphasis is they are crying and weeping for Krishna and his glories and his divine perspective of his life. So, and they are singing about the exploits like the saving of the elephant king. There is another story, saving of the elephant king. What is called Gajapati. Gajapati. There in Krishna's life is so many stories. How he killed so many demons, so many. That means bad people. Demon means we are thinking like Rakshasa will be 20 arm and this and that. Not that human, but mean-minded, unkind, torture. They do tortures to people. So that type of people. So the exploits like and the rescue of Sita, Mother Sita, Rama. So and liberation of your own parents from the prison of Kamsa. The Krishna actually, he after being the king, then rescued mom and dad from the prison where he was born. Kamsa was keeping them in the prison, no, and Krishna was born in that prison. It's a very fantastic story of Krishna. Krishna from the birth, you see, he has to fight. We only say, oh, God, Krishna, you are only singing and dancing with the gopis, ha 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 ha. If you look at his life is should be full of anxiety and death. Every moment is subject to death. Kamsa is sending some ferocious, what do you call Rakshasas. Why Rakshasas? Demons. They have some magical power. They can appear, disappear. As in the Rajayoga, have you read Rajayoga, the power chapter? If you do austerities and prayer, you can siddhi, eightfold siddhi. Siddhi means some miraculous power you can generate. You are here, you can disappear from here. You can take any form you like. So these are the powers in a negative way. The power of austerity, power of prayer people use. So these are the Rakshasa mind. They utilize that way. Spiritual people will utilize it for God realization. No? With that power, they will remove the darkness of the mind and give. So power is there. So with the power, Ravana came and appeared before Mother Sita. How? He appeared like a sage. A saintly person come and asking for begging, give me some alms. No, the monks go and beg in the door. So Ravana came and just stood before Rama's. Rama has gone to hunt that deer, and now he being alone, and he took a form, changed his form, Rakshasa form, his own form. He took the form of a holy man. And then in that way, just lifted Mother Sita into the helicopter. In those days, helicopters. Bimano, they call Bimano. So, and all the demons you see in Ramayana and Mahabharata, many places, they can change their form anytime. Original form is this, but they can take any other form. It's a demonic form, nice form, sweet form, loving form. So it's a Krishna. Someone came, one lady came and thought that this baby is there. So I like to see the baby, and so anyone comes any baby you see, everyone is affectionate to that. And then suddenly she took her own form. She's a demon, great, or is what you call ogress, ogress or ogress, ogress. She took the ogress form of the ogress, and then become so big and baby, and he was feeding the breast and the milk, no, and he was going to kill the baby. And Krishna suddenly, like playing, and killed that that demon, woman demon. And then when the parents came and found, oh my God, a big demonic lady is being dead, and this baby is smiling like that and playing. But he's God himself, so he can do much miracle than these demons can do. So they have that power. So that's the point. That this liberation of your own parents from the prison of Kangsha. So it's like Krishna was always in this type of struggle. But Krishna, is the beauty of Krishna, you will see that he is always smiling and cheerful, doing big actions, killing big demons, and all this whole life, whatever is happening, life struggle, we get really perturbed. Little something happens, our face becomes black, we become morose, we lose our all capacity as if we are dead, no? But when this comes to Krishna, that is the Gita says, no, it does not affect them, because they live in another consciousness. To show from the childhood, you can see he was not extremely displeased when she left Vrindavan. That's the playful days, childhood days, playing and singing and dancing. He was the same. As soon as he went to the king's palace, Kangsa's palace, that also he was okay with all these warriors, and they are all trying to kill Krishna all the time, no? 12, 13, 14 years child, boy. So, but he was always peace, always peace, always peace. That's the ideal of Gita. So, thinking of them, singing his glories, that is in the purification comes from the heart. Next verse 45. He who, in spite of being endowed with the vocal organ, does not sing the excellences of the worshipful Vishnu, is like a fool who, having got the ladder for scaling the tower of moksha, fails to ascend it. Beautiful idea. God has given this tongue for a devotee. Why this tongue? Not to talk garbage. Our tongue talks whole day garbage. No. What valuable talk we talk. What Christ said. What Buddha said. Their tongue also talked. What Ramakrishna said. You go pages after pages. What Vivekananda in this country, to the length and breadth, what he talked. The tongue, they use the tongue. And what is our tongue talking? That's why it is said that he who, in spite of being endowed with a vocal organ and the tongue, no, does not sing the excellences of the worshipful Vishnu, Lord, who does not praise the Lord's name, the glories, repeat the mantra, say the divine stories of the divine ecstatic life of Rama, Krishna, They do not talk. He is like a fool. Why? He is not utilizing the proper purpose of this tongue and the throat. Why? It should repeat the name of the Lord. And that name of the Lord is like climbing the stairs to moksha. You have heard the lecture that the moksha. What is moksha? So this is the bhakti school. They're saying the path of moksha is just take the name of the Lord. Sing the glories of God. Sing and dance in the name of the Lord. So getting this opportunity, having the tongue, having the vocal cord to purify your whole system by God's name, he is a fool who does not utilize this power, this energy. And this is why he is fool, because having got the ladder, if you climb the ladder, you can cross the ocean of birth and death. You can reach this moksha, eternal freedom, absolute joy, free from all the entanglements of suffering and pain, physical, mental, emotional, intellectual sufferings of life. You can transcend them. But those who don't utilize this really is a fool. Next verse, 46 and 47 on the page 191. He indeed is a miserable person who possesses a milkless cow, an adulterous wife. You can say a husband also.
Yes, right.
Both. It's both sides. Because they talk in the male society, that's why they always say wife.
Yeah.
Don't believe that. Both sides is there. Wife is there, husband is there. That means a person of that character. An enslaved body, a wicked offspring, tainted wealth, or power of speech that is never used in the praise of me. So he indeed is a miserable person. He is talking that in this world, that person is really miserable who possesses a cow. He has many cows, but no one gives him little milk. So it is milkless cows. So that is, he has so many things but has no meaning. Likewise, a wife or a husband who is not devoted. So that wife or husband meaningless. If he is there or he is there or she is there or not, it makes life meaningless. No? Similarly, an enslaved body, a body which is enslaved by the passions and desires, and you have no freedom. So that type, a wicked offspring, suppose you understand, a son or daughter who doesn't listen to the parents and becomes a burden every moment. So that offspring, and if that offspring is wicked, good, honest children, they glorify the parents. They feel proud when the child gets the prize, no? In the school even. The father, mom and dad are most happy. The child has got it. But if they go for a competition and does not always fail and the mind is digressed in other things, it is a not joy to the parents. So that offsprings who are coming, they are wicked. It is indeed miserable person. A tainted wealth, a wealth which comes from stealing or persecution or any wrong means. That money, that wealth is tainted. So that person is miserable. Or power of speech that is never used in the praise of me, M capital. Krishna saying me. So that tongue, again repeating the same idea, power of speech. We have the power of speech. Power of speech, you can induce positive energy, you can induce negative energy. So if that person is miserable person, A man of wisdom should not allow his literary power to become fruitless by failing to use them, or failing, sorry. A man of wisdom should not allow his literary powers to become fruitless by failing to use them for glorifying my work. That means language, fullness of your tongue, use of your speech is the best use when you write something, a literature, anything you write, which brings peace and joy to others, no? That is about God, about divinity. Otherwise, it is a fruitless thing. My works of creation, you see the creation and you glorify the Lord. See the sunrise, say, oh, you can say, what a beautiful sunrise. No, God is how beautiful. He has created this beautiful sun and this rising and setting, no? Look at the morning, the chirping of the birds. You say, birds are chirping. No, it is God created such a wonderful world which is full of this type of bliss. So you see the beauty of the world, you see anything, and remind yourself of God. Write about that glory. Then your writing is purposeful. The power of speech, your talking is useful because you are talking of God, talking of the glories of God. If it does not, it is a wastage. You exhaust your time. That's the example given in another place. It is like, no, our voice, we talk so many things. They say it is like the croaking voice of the frog. If that voice do not talk about God and talk about day and night for material thing like that, then it is frog's voice. It is not pleasing to anybody, and it is only some energy loss of energy, the croaking voice of the frog. So the man of wisdom should not allow, first point is literary powers to become fruitless. How? By failing to use them for glorifying my works of creation, one, my preservation, this whole universe. Who keeps? It is God says, I preserve it. Creation, preservation, and reabsorption. These are the three functions. Every creation goes in the cycle like that. Creation, maintenance, that's why Brahma, creation, Vishnu, maintenance, and Shiva, destruction. Better word, not destruction. You break the old dilapidated house and use a new house there. Build a new house. To build a new house, you need a new house there. So you have to destroy. When this body becomes old and it does not function anymore, I don't want to see anything. It's powerless. Teeth is all falling out. The tongue does not give any taste for food. So always the body is in aches and pains. The heart is problem. Kidney is problem. Mind is problem. It's an old dilapidated house. It has given good service for so many years. But it is not doing. So one day disgust comes and says, this guy, I don't. And everyone, when we are in suffering, we say, I don't want this anymore. Why? This body, this house has become old. But no young man says like that, I don't like this body. They like to beautify their body. Why? It's a good house, paint it, and all the doors and windows, it looks nice. Glazed tiles, put there to beautify that. But when this same house becomes old, so you need to destroy that to build a new house there. No. So similarly, our rebirth theory is there. So this old body is not functioning, destroy. And then you built a new house. That's why we are born again in a new house, new home, with new name, new acquaintances, forgetting what we were before. Who remembers what were you in the last life? Even if you believe in the rebirth, you all believe in rebirth. Who can tell What were you in the last birth? I do not know. You do not know. But there was a past, otherwise present cannot come out of nothing. Something cannot come out of nothing.
But it's just like some vasanas, no?
And
Like,
vasana,
it's not really an entity. That,
it is an entity because subtle entity, not the gross entity. Gross entity is the physical part.
yeah.
And then that moksha lecture
Yeah.
has said it is a samskara, it is the
Samskaras, yeah,
samskaras in the in the mind.
So it's
All
just, it's a bundle of samskaras
samskaras.
that come back.
And then now it is the body in your, I give the example in your dream body. When you are in dream, not this body, but you are in another body. That is the body. In that body, whatever you have, I always give the example, you have 17 items there in that body. What? In your dream, you have eyes, nose, ears, mouth, 5 organs of perception,
Perception, action.
5 organs of action, 5 prana. There also you are breathing in the and then 5
The subtle
elements,
body.
5 elements. That's the subtle body. 5 elements. 3 into 5, 15. And mind and your, you can say intellect, or you can say chitta, which includes the other 2. Mind, intellect, ego, and memory. All are included, and shortened, it is called 2. So 17. So this 17 subtle thing is you, when you transfer from data from the old computer to the new computer. Do you see how the data is going? You don't have to see, but it is subtle way going. No, it is connecting from here to here.
So this is subtle body that gets
Subtle
reborn.
body getting reborn, and then that computer starts working.
The new computer.
The
New computer then starts working with the background information data. And that's why one person starts meditating from the early childhood. One person is naughty and fighting and killing and doing. Every nature is so different. I was listening that 2 sisters, 2 boys, 1 boy, 1 sister, twin. The sister is so calm and so quiet.
Oh,
Only here I saw that. Only maybe one after another, 2 babies are born. The one is so calm and serene, and another is, you cannot hold him. He's running here, running there, a door, slamming the door and touching the switch and this and that. Mom is really, how she manages whole day, I do not know. So these 2 tendencies are working in the same parent. And the twin sisters or brother sister. So that is the samskaras. Each one is propelled by their own samskaras. So those are the destruction, reabsorption of, and redemption, That's the man of wisdom should not allow his literary powers to become fruitless by failing to use them for glorifying my works of creation, preservation, reabsorption. You have to praise everything. Creation is beautiful. Sustenance is also beautiful. It's God's creation. And even in the destruction, you see the God's hand. To see God's hand in destruction. Swami Vivekananda said that who can see Divine Mother? Who can see the Divine Mother? Who can with boldness once suffering and pain? Who can hold death in his arms? Come, welcome. Mother of love comes to her. Mother of freedom comes to her. That means you should be bold. Accept this. Why are you so much frightened to accept the other part? We accept one side. We accept love. We don't want the wrong side of it. Sweetness, not the unlikely things in which appears in our life. But here is preservation, reabsorption, and redemption. So all you have to love because it is God's glory. God has created this.
Why don't you give an example of redemption, Swami?
Redemption is freedom.
Freedom.
Redemption. Reabsorption is the destruction, and redemption is the freedom. He is redeemed. Christ the Redeemer. He came to redeem us, no?
Right.
So the redemption, action of redemption, that is Redeemer. And for describing the highly attractive deeds performed by me in my sportive manifestations as incarnation. So one should be engaged in these things. One should not do those things. One should do these things. Two ideas have been given in this 46 and 47. Now 48 and 49. Wise men who know what is good and what is essential speak very highly of the iron age of Kali. That means wise people, they always describe what is good and what is bad, essential, non-essential. They speak very highly of the iron age or Kali Yuga. People say bad. This iron is bad, no? So many demons.
So many demons. That's what it means. Iron Age.
Yeah, it's all bad. People are cheating each other. People are see what is the state condition, country's condition. These people, instead of being generous, they're misusing the innocence of people like that. Or the society's condition, basically. But it's no, this is also glorious in one sense. Because in Satya Yuga, in the golden age, the standard was very high. Everyone was truthful. Everyone was dedicated. Everyone was honest. Everyone lives in high standard of thinking.
When was that?
That is called the Satya Yuga, golden age.
When was it?
Yeah, when was it?
We are not there,
Oh.
but it was there in the history. But this is called the Kali Yuga, bad age. Why? People do all types of nonsense things, on sinful things and this and that. So, but this age has its blessings. For in this age, man attains the supreme state by merely singing the praise of the Krishna. That is the point. In other age, you want to be a good student among students of Harvard, you should be a high standard student, no? But you can go to any school, not that famous, not that high grade students get admitted. You can be first there. But you being first and Harvard first has a difference, is it not? Standard. In the golden age, everyone was good. You are good, it does not make any sense. You should be excel what is good. But in this Kali Yuga, that's why Satya Yuga, you will have to be truthful, you have to be honest, you have to do so much austerity, you have to be totally celibate, you will have to be this and that. So many prescriptions were there for God realization, no? Among the high grade students. And now, in this age, it's very easy. Glory of this age is that you just take the name of the Lord. Krishna, 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 and then you will be freed. Is it not a concession? So this age is much better.
So it's better, yeah.
That's why they are saying that Kali Yuga, in this age of Iron Age, where so many things you see. But the beauty of this age is that with the chanting of the name of the Lord, with sincerely and earnestly, you can realize, you get the same benefit of freedom. So that is the beauty of this. Sri Chaitanya used to always encourage, take the name of the Lord, sing and dance, and forget who are you, which caste, which color, take the name of the Lord. So that was his message only. So he says, these wise men Those who are good, who do know what is good and what is essential, they speak very highly of the Iron Age of Kali. That means they glorify this Kali Yuga, not to take it as a frustration of this age. I'm born in this age. Had I been born in the earlier Satya Yuga, I could have been better. No, there is a deep competition, and you need very good quality to be a student in that class. But in this age, even I am not fit, but with little knowledge. See, could you believe that in early days, all this wisdom, whatever reading that, there's no script, there's no book. It was oral tradition. You'll have to find one person running here and there, whole of India, how many people are there, and to go to and then just serve them to please the teacher first. Please, he will accept you or not, it is his business. And then after accepting, then you continue to learn orally. We are doing books, we don't read. Even if we do, we don't understand and we don't pay much attention. We don't pay much attention. And that time you have to absorb it, meditate it, and think like that. All these things. Now it is available. Google search. And here you see all these things. So that's why it is easier age, where Upanishads are available, Brahma Sutras are available, all the all the talks, YouTube talks. Oh my God, to hear one such talk, you have to go to a holy man living in the forest. Those earlier days, the sages used to live in the forest. And you have to take trouble, give up your whole home and this and that, and go to a forest life and learn something under a teacher. And you don't need anything. You can be seated in your air-conditioned room and lying down and listening to YouTube.
That's right.
And attain the knowledge.
There's still less than 10 people in the room, though.
Eh?
So there's still not many people in the room, though, even though it's easier.
Yeah, but that's why it's saying it is easier. You can do it much easily by taking the name only. Take. You need not have to read so much. This scripture is saying you love God and repeat His name with simple faith. That was Ramakrishna's first approach. Look at that. Ramakrishna attained the Mahakali's vision. How? How? Only crying. Mother, I do not know anything. I have no knowledge. I have not read anything. He didn't go to school. For this age, he is showing simple path. It may not be the only path, but he practiced all other disciplines. That's why you may be a jnana path, someone may be meditative path. Thakur used to meditate all night. Any meditator can think how much you love. If you love God, then you will think of God. If someone says, I love you very much, and then never I think of you, will it make any sense? If you love, you will have to think of him all day and night. You cannot forget even a split second. That is the question of love. So Ramakrishna see that. Only crying and weeping, ma. Please appear before me. Repeating the name. That is the bhakti, what he's saying. In this age, he demonstrated that life. First experience about mother came by that. And also showing, if you love, what will be the action? What will be your lifestyle? Look at that, Ramakrishna. Whole day doing little worship and this and crying and weeping. At the sun sets, his intensity grows more. And he goes and sits for meditation. And whole night passes like that. So love and thinking of God goes side by side. If you love, you will be forced to think of him. So he is showing that in this age, you may not have the opportunity or time or the ability of the brain to accept these higher philosophies of Vedanta and Patanjali Yoga. Just love. Your simple loving will force you to think of him. In whichever way. You love Kali, you will be crying and feeling and thinking of Kali. That's your meditation. Spontaneously it comes. So do that. So that's why he said, highly of that. For in this age, man attains to the supreme state. How? by merely singing the praise of Krishna in Sankirtana. Sankirtana means congregational music. Together as also in your singularly. For jivas means we, ordinary people, caught in the samsara, in this world and worldliness, there is nothing so valuable as the discipline of Sankirtana, which can bring supreme peace and freedom from samsara, the cycle of birth and death. It is saying that there is no simpler way of getting eternal peace inside, excepting just taking the name of the Lord. That's why Holy Mother also said, practice. Let your tongue continuously think and talk about God, 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 no? All the time.
Swami Sarvadevananda said the same thing yesterday. Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah. To change the other impressions.
Yes.
Worldly impressions are there. He is saying that you can counteract by putting this positive energy. It's a force, it's an energy. It will remove our bad sanskaras, our bad impressions of the mind, and then it will give the new light of what you are thinking. So, you see, the Kali Yuga is bad, but at the same time, it has its own advantage.
Yeah.
Advantage is that you are not to go to the Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Sataka Sampatti, Mumukshutva. These are the four requisites of Jnana Yoga. No? They will not tell you anything unless you be a good student. The teacher will not talk to you. They will not open the book. And now you need not have to go to read the book or anything. He said, take the name of the Lord. Finish. Chant day and night, whatever you are doing, going here and there. Go on, go on. Holy Mother said, day and night, repeat the name of the Lord's name. No? Ajapa, japa. Ajapa means japa, effort, with effort, without effort. Your mantra will come up spontaneously. You have practiced so much that in your dream also you will be, or you are in your sleep, your practice will force you to repeat the name.
Like at the talk yesterday, he said that one of the Swamis under anesthesia.
Yeah, he started after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then they started the mantra.
Yeah.
Clarification, that means throughout the whole surgery, was he repeating out loud while he was under anesthesia his mantra?
I think what he said, I do not know exactly what happened, he may say. But to me it appears probably 1, 2, 3, 4 as we collapse, no? Anesthesia's effect is what? When you cannot say, no? And doctors understand now we can start the operation.
Right.
The situation is coming. He is no more aware in the outside consciousness because his brain is not consciously uttering 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. It is sleeping in the sleeping mode. And that time, because of his strong practice, probably he related to him or he was out loud. I do not know. It may be at least internally.
It's the same.
So that is the power of practice, of abhyasa. And Swami Brahmananda told that you repeat the name of God, the mantra you got, and do it. How many times he said? 10,000 or something he said. You do this, and if it does not happen, come. Was the challenge. Come and slap me. What a challenge. That means you do this with sincerity and then come back and tell, I will accept your challenge. That means it will happen. That is their conviction, no? And they have practiced themselves. Not only Maharaj did, Raja Maharaj, Brahmananda, but other direct disciples did. And in this tradition, Ramakrishna order, how many sadhus have practiced that and how many got illumination? Or Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj, he used to get up in the night so many times. And when he is up, and then he does not get sleep. He used to say like that, I don't get it, but it is his intention. When he gets up, then takes the rosary and goes on. He's till another hour may come and little dozing and then again. So the whole night goes like that. And the impact was that there was a boy, Niranjan. You know, Niranjan was a boy who came, a young boy, about maybe 17, 18 years old
The
boy.
one who died?
And his brother. His
Yes,
brother was
Krishna.
Krishna. Krishna was the youngest boy.
Yeah.
He was hardly maybe 10 or 11 years old. And Niranjan is little elderly, maybe 16, 17 years old. They got mantra from Swamiji. And that time his health was so bad, someone needs to be always alert. To at least if Maharaj needs anything, at least anything happens, he can call somebody. So somebody said, don't stay in this room, go in the other room. He does not want that where he's sleeping, they should be. But I occasionally used to go. I was surprised that in the other room, this brother, two of the brothers, are sitting and doing japa at midnight, 1 o'clock. It's the impact of repeating the name of Lord. And that will be like it will possess you like a ghost. Then you are saved. Not at all.
Very tragic. And death did have Niranjan.
Whatever, that is body.
At very young age.
But I am seeing the glory of that
Yes.
name. It will not die. The impact of that will come up. Maybe our karma brings something in between. How karma brings in what time we do not know. But if we repeat the name of the Lord, that practice has its own glory and beauty. And it will release someone from bondage. That is the assertion of the... And here also the same assertion in the Bhagavad. For jivas who are caught in the samsara, there is nothing so valuable as this discipline of the Sankirtana. Sankirtana means chanting the name of the Lord in a group congregation or individual, which can bring supreme peace, which can bring, of course, it is peace. You take the name of the Lord. Suppose you are very disturbed and you go to a place where people are chanting the name of Lord. You enter into that and you start. You forget the whole world for the moment. So if it can do it for some moments, why not if you practice it more intensely? It will be lingering peace, and lingering. Ultimately, it will be prolonged to all the time. Freedom from the samsara. In this age of Kali, 50. In this age of Kali, they indeed are fortunate and blessed ones who themselves remember the name of Hari and also help others to remember the same. Yeah? They are really fortunate people who can remember the name of the Lord and also can inspire others to take the name of the Lord. There is one Swami, Vaishnava Sadhu, Vaishnava holy man, lived across the opposite side of our Belur Math. And such a exalted monk that one of our monk in his young age used to come to him. And when he used to come to his whole room, he used to see that this Swami is sitting and repeating the name of the Lord, and his whole body is horripilation all over the body. Tears are rolling down like that. And he used to get so much involved into it that he used to sit there and used to feel the ecstatic energy coming out of that. So this is a reality. There is many Vaishnava saints. They are testimony to this. Forget about Sri Chaitanya, forget about Ramakrishna. These are extraordinary instances. But others also, the name, repeating the name. In this Kali Yuga, name. And also says name and the person or the object indicated. They are not two. If you say cow, what? And the cow. Is there any difference? No. By the word you are indicating the truth. Huh? So when you are thinking of God and with any name you are uttering, that name is indicating the same absolute truth. They are all one. So if you can really tune to the name, your mind will totally be absorbed in that object. Suppose I say ice cream. What is happening in your mind? Your tongue? Hey, tongue is becoming watery. Why? Here is no ice cream. But ice cream word, because we have used the ice cream word many times and we have tested the ice cream in our tongue, so this memory is so close. As soon as I say ice cream, some sensation even, there is no presence of ice cream, but it indicates that experience. So similarly, if one can take the name of the Lord in such a way that will indicate, that will direct you to the goal, to the Lord Himself. So this is the purpose of repetition of the name, and this glorified. Okay, what's the time? Time is gone.
Exactly 5:30.
So shall we end here? No, let me see. Read another.
Okay,
And no, because I'll have next day I can finish this chapter then.
Okay.
Acha, the age of Kali, the page 192. The age of Kali, though abounding in evil, many people are not up to standard. Majority of the people may be focused towards the world and worldliness. But in Sattika Yuga, even they are living in the life, but they are very honest, very sincere, very truthful, high standard of life.
Is this yuga supposed to come, or it already was? Or when is this set to?
That can come in our individual life.
Oh, okay.
And collectively it can come also. Cycle.
It's like a cycle.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But that is not coming within 5 years or 10 years. It takes long time.
But individually, you can create your own yuga.
Yeah. You can live in Kali Yuga, you can live in Satya Yuga, you can.
Okay.
So as much as you think of God and keep up your standard high, then you are in Satya Yuga. You are in Satya Yuga.
Okay.
So the age Kali, though abounding in evil, has one great advantage about it. What is that? For in this age, even by Kirtana alone, man can gain release and attain to Krishna. By Kirtana. Kirtana means singing. That's why Vaishnava tradition is there with the symbols. They go on continuous. It's called Akhanda, unbroken. Right? And the congregational thing, as in our Hanuman Chalisa happens here, one ends, another catches. We do our japa in the temple, which this week.
In the shrine.
This 27.
Oh, vigil.
Vigil. So vigil is continuous. You do for 1 hour, it is a relay. And before you get up, another must have to come and start. No gap in between.
But
So
it is
done in one life.
Thakur, he is not getting break.
Thakur,
But for the devotees, they are getting only 24 hours, you are doing only 1 hour.
Thakur doesn't want to sleep. He is always awake. We need sleeping. But that God whom I am chanting, he is not a man, but he is the principle, cosmic energy. So that idea is to be taken. This mantra, though it is related with the Ramakrishna, but Ramakrishna is not the man Ramakrishna. Here we are thinking. Its meaning is that cosmic consciousness Ramakrishna. That's why Tadartha Bhavanam, Patanjali says, when you repeat the mantra and also think of the meaning of it, your mantra means what? Means God who is all absorbing, all comprehensive. No. You may call him in a Saguna aspect, but actually your meaning in Nirguna.
No, but you want to develop, like for example, I want to develop my 24 hours of taking the Ajapa thing you mentioned. It's not collective, it has to be individual.
Yeah, that should be best. But if you're not, at least we do that. I'm saying that example. As we do collectively, that you should individually. In our life, we have to do that continuous. As soon as forget, start japa. Walking, and maybe half an hour with something you forgot. Don't repent. As soon as you catch it, start mantra. Start your japa. That is the way to create a new energy in the body which will be internally operative. So he says that in this Kali Yuga, though it is abundant in evil, has one great advantage in it. What? For in this age, even by kirtana, by singing the glory of God alone, man can gain release and attain to the Lord Krishna. What an aspirant attains in Krita Yuga through meditation on Vishnu, or Treta Yuga. 4 Yugas: Satya, Dwapar, Treta, Kali. Names of the 4 Yugas. Satya is the golden age. Next, one leg down, virtues become little less. Next, so Treta. Treta is Rama's period. Dwapara is Krishna's period. And Kali is now age.
And Treta is which?
Satya Treta is Rama.
Rama is.
And then is Krishna.
And then Krishna.
And then is now I do not know who will be
It's
ascribed. Ramakrishna. Okay.
The golden age started with Ramakrishna.
Was that a test question? That's a test question.
That's what I said. So what an aspirant attains in this Krita Yuga through meditation in Vishnu, in the age, in those days they used to meditate on Vishnu. In the Treta Yuga, through sacrifice to him, that means Vedic sacrifices and chants, other things. And in the Dwapara Yuga, through the worship of him, is attained in Kali Yuga through by hymning the praise of Hari Sankirtana. That means in other ages, tremendous austerity, tremendous meditation, mind should not flicker this and that. We cannot do that. But in this age, it is bad, so many things. But it is easy to get a degree. Pass certificate. If the class is full with 90% students who does not study anything, and you do one little good thing, then you get a grade 1. It is all relative, no? So it will be, that is the benefit of this age. Okay. So we end here.
So Krita Yuga is Rama and
Now here it says Kreta, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. But that means Krita Yuga may be Satya Yuga, the golden age.
Oh, the Krita.
The golden age,
Krita
and then Krita is golden age.
Yeah.
Treta Yuga is Rama. Dwapara is Krishna. And Kali Yuga, in which we are living now. These are the 4 ages of time.
It's Kali, but actually they say that with Ramakrishna, the golden age has started.
Yeah, started. His advent has started. So maybe it is Chaitanya was the last, and this now Ramakrishna has started the beginning of the Satya Yuga.
Yeah.
People say, if it is Satya Yuga, why so much bad things all around? Some of our sadhu says, when the high tide and low tide in the river, when it is low tide, that's Kali Yuga. And now high tide from these waves of the ocean water is coming, and this is low tide and high tide, it makes a turmoil.
Oh, it makes turmoil.
Turmoil.
Okay.
And that turmoil is, we are going through that turmoil. And after that turmoil, no, the flow of water will be high level. We find in Ganga, one Swami gave me this illustration. I said, Maharaj, this Ramakrishna said, you are all saying that Satya Yuga has started. Swami Vivekananda said, with the advent of Ramakrishna. Then what is going on in this world? There is no trace of Satya Yuga. Well, no, this is turmoil in a span, big span of time. So when it is the down the hill, it touches the ground base, and then what happens? When the high tide comes, it churns everything and makes a big, huge, complicated thing. So this is the period, but after that it is overflowing like that. Its impact will. Mother knows.
Yeah.
In Koli, the most degenerates of all ages, the easiest form of discipline, namely Sankirtan, is sufficient for spiritual upliftment. Knowing that man's physical and mental powers are very limited in this age, the Lord has provided an easy discipline which everyone can practice. This is the view of Bhagavata. The present times are supposed to come within the early period of the Kali Yuga.
The which Yuga?
He says Kali.
Kali.
Kali. Anyhow, forget all this Yuga. We have to create a Satya Yuga. And the problem, how can we do that? By mantra.
Abhasya.
By repeating the name of the Lord. Day and night. Repeat, internally, even not loud. Sometimes it may be without any understanding even. Even Holy Mother says, it's good if you understand the meaning and repeat, that is the best.
Yes.
Even if you cannot, just repeat.
Yes.
That creates a inner spirit that it will not forget. It will go on continuing. But best is you know the meaning and also practice the name.
Thank you.
Because you people came, so I
Yeah,
got inspired to talk. If you don't come, then I sleep. Chalo, let us go for a cup of tea.